will start at 5 a.m. So that's kind of iffy. Okay, we're good to go. We are good to go. I've been given the good to go. Players are ready to join. Okay. We're good to go finally. It's only taken an additional 20 minutes from the original kickoff time. But we are finally underway. Redeemed a dad joke. That is a redeem that I'm going to have to give back to you for the time being, because we're not going to do that on the current thing. Well, that is the first one of the series that Lucifer is able to score. Opens the scoring between the two. Caleb and Lucifer both been towards the top of the one scene here in OCE, and Caleb showing why he's at the top. After a fantastic first flip reset, gets into another and finds the left-hand side. Fantastic start here. Both players on the board. Caleb showing his quality early. As I was saying, these two typically sit right at the top in OCE ones on the ranked ladder. If you maybe are just getting into OCE ones, this is 100% a fantastic series to watch, as Lucifer does make it 2-1. I am really interested here in seeing how Lucifer does go against the likes of Caleb, who has realistically been that #1 player in ones in OCE for quite some time now. And title has been passed around from a few players, but at the minute, it certainly does go to Caleb. But Lucifer, well, Lucifer will concede here as Caleb gets around the corner, gets back to it. Really nicely done. And gets back to it. Well, yeah, I mean, Lucifer, despite being at the top of the ones ranked ladder, hasn't had too many show matches against the best. And that probably is due to the fact that he is such a solid ones player, but relatively unheard of. As Caleb does make it 3-2, relatively unheard of. Until more recently, at least, from quite a few people, and also maybe not at the top of the RLCS. I'm actually not sure if Lucifer has participated in the RLCS. That's definitely a bit of research for me to do. But he is a fantastic 1v1 player. He's currently matching it with Caleb. Whereas Caleb, of course, as of recently, well, Open 2 in the first split of RLCS 2025 did become a regional champion. So there is certainly a difference in accolades between these two players. This is nicely worked by Caleb, trying to fake, gets a big 50. Lucifer, what a save! Hang on a second. I thought Caleb was just going to run away with the goal there. But Lucifer gets back, and now counterattack, wants to find the flick, but is denied. And now Caleb can go back the other way, finds a flip himself, and places the shot perfectly. It's what we expect from someone like Caleb, with the quality of him. But Lucifer, off the kickoff, might be able to get something again. Just has to be patient. Caleb did commit, and does commit again, doing well with low boost. Lucifer works this back out to the sidewall, and now takes it up high. Good first touch. Big 50 as well. Caleb did get a bit of it. Now has to turn around on the sidewall, on the back wall rather. And he takes his time. Takes it back into the air. Flip reset. Fakes it. Goes for the pogo. You can see the mechanics that Caleb's trying to put on display. Great control with this air dribble. And gets a 50 across. Lucifer is struggling at the moment. Can't really take possession. Can't really get any boost. Caleb just completely dominating both of those things and should be able to make it a 6-3 game, which he will do here. And it started relatively even. Trading goals either way. Lucifer did have it a 3-3 game. But Caleb is doing all he can to extend that goal margin out in his favor. From his own corner. Looks to set up for a flip reset. Ends up falling onto the ground. Trying to get another flip. Doesn't grab it. So can't get back to the plate using it. A little bit awkward in the midfield. Lucifer will just take the ball on the ground, which, well, it was pretty well read by Caleb, who now has a demo to open it up. Has the boost as well. Flip reset faked. And even these plays from Caleb, they're going for mechanical plays, but when they don't work out, it's not actually that big of a hassle for him because he's not fully committing to any of them. Just happy to get a play that stalls the time. That one is going to be on target from Lucifer. Well, he's had to bide his time in game one, at least since he scored his third. But now he gets one back and instantly makes it two back as the kickoff strategy was read. Caleb now only has the 1 goal buffer. Delayed kickoff. Lucifer just keeps on playing through it. And Caleb, that's a great turn on the front post. And we'll be able to make it a 7-5 game. Lucifer's fought back on a couple of occasions, but hasn't been able to really hold on. Once he's fought back, Caleb's been very good at just extending that margin out a little bit. Lucifer wants to find the air dribble bump, and he does find the bump. It was less of an air dribble, more of a hit up just once, and then look to chase down the demo or the bump, and he did just that. Back within a 6-7 game. Back within a 1 goal difference. Caleb wants to immediately make it a 2 goal again. Fakes out the musty, goes low, and that is really well done. I was thinking to myself, if he goes for this shot here, where he lines it up, he's never going to get the musty. He's never going to get it on target at least. Quite potentially could get the musty, just not going to find the target. So he stalled it out, went low, went underneath, and Lucifer has got goals in this game. But Caleb with a triple flip reset can't find the target. And it will drop down as Caleb wins game 1. And it was a very entertaining game, it has to be said. Lots of high-quality goals here from both players. Caleb really looking to show what he's capable of mechanically. Did get 8 goals to the 6 in the game out of 13 shots. Both players did make 3 saves. So at least in that aspect, they are doing the same. They're at the same level in getting saves. Of course, Lucifer had to put up with defending more. So for him to really keep that game close, he would have liked to save a couple more than just the 3. That's going to be a demo from Caleb. And he does get back just in time. I thought Lucifer might have done enough, but he hadn't. And now from the sidewall, Caleb into a flip reset. Again, faking it low. Now just wants to put it over the top. Lucifer gets a hand out to it. And Caleb can just reset to his own corner. Avoids the demo. Now wants to go full length. Accelerates it quickly through the air. And Lucifer can't get back. Caleb will make it a 1-0 game. After Lucifer got very aggressive, which is not something we typically see from Lucifer. At least from the matches we've seen. Is ordinarily a player to really slow things down, try to control the game rather than chase ahead of the play, trying to find the demos. But I suppose when you have Caleb in front of you, you've got to try things a little bit different. You've got to make them guess a little bit more. That's going to be a shot on target that Caleb can easily save away. With a lot of power too. Just makes it awkward onto the back wall where Lucifer has to defend. And he dives again on that play. And we're seeing it on a couple of occasions now. Lucifer usually just happy to sit back, happy to be patient. Can't really do that against Caleb. But at the same time, it might work out better than the diving plays that we've seen. That will be one on the board for Lucifer in game 2. So make it 2-1. And back within the 1 goal difference, which Lucifer will be happy about. So far, it feels as though the mistakes that Lucifer has made has really led to the goals he's conceded in this game, rather than Caleb entirely outplaying him. So at the very least, there's an opportunity for Lucifer just to steady the ship a little bit. Try to make sure that he really starts to get the plays he needs going. But Caleb has so much control, so much ability in and around these areas. Flip reset into another. Gets one more, wants the corner boost, but Lucifer had it read. Knew that Caleb wasn't going to get the shot away. Get the shot away. Oh my goodness. And so he rushed for the boost. Now Caleb again onto the ceiling. Won't be able to get back to it. Lucifer will take the corner boost. 100 in each tank. And Lucifer lines up a fantastic flick that can't be defended. Fantastic placement. Would love to see this from this perspective. Fantastic flick over the top. Got some power. Got the placement. Caleb. I mean, Caleb was in a good position to defend. Just couldn't get that. It was too perfect from Lucifer. And Caleb looks to take it up high once more with a flip reset. Ground pinch potential. Not much going on there. It's challenged by Caleb. Lucifer will get a favorable 50 and wants to get the dish onto it. Caleb does well with minimal boost. Has to deal with Lucifer ahead of him, grabbing all of the corner boosts, all of the mid boosts too. And now this is a great opportunity for Lucifer just to put it on target, which he hasn't done. Hit the post instead. Now Caleb has boost to work with, and the counterattack is well and truly on. Flip reset is used, and the goal is found. And fantastic play from Caleb to make it a 4-2 game. Lucifer has had some answers, but has certainly not had all the answers. That's a good save by Caleb. And Lucifer turns to the midfield. Has low boost, tries to force the 50, which he does well. Now grabs the corner boost. That's a mistake from Caleb. And Lucifer gets another. That's more like the plays we expect from Lucifer. Slow down, make the opponent maybe second guess what you're going to do. 8 in the tank for Caleb, just ends up faking it. And Lucifer gives possession back. Again, Lucifer goes for that demo play. Didn't connect and has to race back with low boost. Caleb, that flick was easily saved, but now Lucifer on even less boost. Caleb does well to get one flip reset into another and gets the shot away. And these plays are so good from Caleb. It's so unpredictable. Lucifer really struggling to read where that's going to go. Well, it felt like we all knew that was going to end up in the back of the net. It was just a matter of the placement. And Lucifer couldn't read that. Ceiling pinch, saved by Lucifer. And now Caleb can take this all the way back, again into the safety of his own corner. Wants to go from goal to goal. Has a flip reset. And that is a fantastic goal again from Caleb. He just keeps adding highlight plays onto the rest of his highlight plays in game 2. And Lucifer is really struggling to find an answer. Just a minute remaining. Similar scoreline to what we saw in the previous game. And we're starting to see a similar storyline to what we saw in the first game. 6-3, Lucifer tries to pull it back. Nev's going to follow a similar pattern from previously. Lucifer will score next, and then Caleb will score again. That shot's too high. Oh, the flick was almost good from Lucifer. Just didn't get enough on it. Great fake by Caleb again once more. And Lucifer, you'd expect to get there first. Has boost to work with. Caleb just goes for it. Does well. Again, diving. And Lucifer knew exactly what he was going to do there. But can he get back for the save? No, he can't. In off the post. And, well, it is a similar story to what we saw previously. For Lucifer, he'll be hoping he can score next and maybe take us to an overtime. That's an awkward play from Caleb. Mistake is punished. And I think we're starting to see Lucifer play a little bit more like Lucifer. Less worried about who he's up against, more worried about the type of plays he likes making. Caleb just getting bumps. Lucifer has the boost. Should be able to control this all the way back. And, well, he might be able to make one more play. Either player might be able to make one more play. Lucifer just puts a shot on target. Caleb can't get back. There's a second remaining, but Lucifer has a lead. And now it comes down to a potential kickoff goal for Caleb to tie us up. Otherwise, Lucifer will tie up the series. Delayed kickoff from Caleb. Can't lead to a goal. And there you go. We are 1-1 in the series. Lucifer come back from 3 goals in that game. It was something that was attempted in game 1. It was something that was successful in game 2. Caleb to the ceiling. Now tries to get a musty, but ran into the floor a little bit too quickly. Shot onto the crossbar. And it's going to be a play away from Lucifer. That's going to be off target. And an unfavorable bounce for Lucifer there means that Caleb can just grab some small pads. Takes on an early shot. Lucifer has that red. Caleb looks to retreat into his corner. You can hear that pre-jump from Lucifer just to put some pressure on. And now Caleb again from his own corner. Gets a great flip reset, Musty. Really well done to connect on that one. And Caleb has a minimal lead in game 3. Caleb wants the back haul. Lucifer looks to get it away. Still in behind it. Gets a bump forward. Caleb has to turn and will be able to take this into a dangerous position, which he just can't get around. Does mean that Lucifer has low boost going forward. And so he decides to play it safe and retreat. Now has full boost. But used a lot of it to get the save away. Knows Caleb has a bit of boost in the tank as well. That's very quickly drained. Neither player getting comfortable plays. Neither player really being able to make any use of that boost. The challenges have been really good. Just to deny any of the boost usage leading to any goals. Now here's a great opportunity. Lucifer off the ceiling. Has a plenty boost in the tank. Just fakes it low and should be able to get back to it to make it a 1-1 game. And after a while, that's the first real play that we've seen that the boost was high in one tank and not in the other. And Lucifer made it work. Caleb should be able to win the corner boost and does just that. So Lucifer has to regain, but can't regain possession. Now gets demoed. Had to avoid a second as well. And has to avoid a third and a fourth. And a fifth, which he can't do. Caleb really wanting to open up some space for himself. Takes on an early shot. Well read. And the pace of this 1v1 is just going up a little bit. However, that could be a punishing play as Caleb takes on an early shot. Lucifer Just had to wait a second too long for the corner boost. Caleb in control again of the scoreline. Set up to the ceiling, fakes it once more. Lucifer will get it away. A little bit awkward again from Lucifer. Has to dive on that. Can Caleb get around it? Of course he can, but the save is so good from Lucifer. No boost in the tank, had to get back, and now Caleb just again controlling everything about the field at the moment. Again, another save from Lucifer. Can he make it a third? Yes, he can. We'll have to potentially make a fourth. No, he won't. But Lucifer's defensive effort has been fantastic. But he won't be able to deny Caleb a third. Lots of really good defensive plays from Lucifer. In the end, he does get punished. 3-1. And Caleb has been in control for a majority of it. That shot's off target. Lucifer, full tanker boost. Caleb will get back. Good controlling touch into the corner once more. Lucifer looks to turn on the play. Now a big 50-50. That could set up a play from Lucifer. Caleb does well, but has low boost. Cannot take an early shot on. Has to go for the corner boost. And now we'll look for the other corner boost to keep this momentum going. Lucifer again low in the tank, but does a great job to flick it over the top and to find his second of the game. Low boost, no worries for Lucifer. The stats, I'm sure, would be heavily in favor in terms of boost pads picked up, boost pads stolen, and boost used from Caleb. But Lucifer, still one goal behind, has been doing a really good job at low boost, but now Caleb does a really good job at low boost to get behind it and to get the shot away and to extend the lead again. It feels like there's a nice bit of respect between these two players. But Caleb should be able to get another one here. Does fake. Made Lucifer jump so Caleb could put it underneath. Well, Lucifer, again, just keeping it relatively close. 2 goals in it, 25 seconds. I was feeling as though Caleb would take game 3, but you can't say it's done and dusted just yet. Maybe you can now if this goes in, which it doesn't. And so Lucifer can counter. That's a quick shot, which he won't be able to get back to. And that should be enough from Caleb to stall out game number 3. And that will be enough from Caleb. As GG is put in chat from both players. We are seeing a standard raised here from both of these players, though, I feel like. We are seeing the speed increase. We're seeing really good low boost efforts from these players. 8 saves from Lucifer, by the way. 6 shots. Caleb with 15 shots. A lot more efforts from Caleb going on target. And Lucifer making saves, but wasn't able to make enough in the end and wasn't able to get enough goals in the end. But you can see the speed in this game has just increased a little bit from what we saw in the opening 2 matches. Both players willing to go a little bit quicker, willing to test the limits a little bit more. That's going to be a shot that's easily played away into the corner by Caleb. And stalled out by Caleb, but Lucifer gets a touch on it. Caleb will be there. And Lucifer just puts the pressure on once more. Doesn't want to give Caleb free reign of the midfield play. It might lead to a goal for Caleb, though. He can't get back around it. Caleb to the ceiling. And Lucifer once more does get a piece of it. Low boost from both players. Caleb probably grabbed the more of the small pads on the way back and now grabs a big pad. We'll be able to take both as well just to starve out Lucifer. And that's a very good play from Caleb once more. He's probably expected to turn out from the goal. Decides to go in. Ground pinch saved by Lucifer once more. And that's a good touch over the top, but Caleb will be back to recover that play. He won't be able to get around it. Another player gets a touch there. And Caleb takes it to the corner. Lucifer still involved with the shot onto the crossbar. And Caleb now dealing with a low boost play himself. Good cut by Lucifer. Should be able to get back, but gets demoed. And it is just so good. This game has been so fun to watch despite it being 0-0. These two players are playing at an extremely high level. And it's been a joy to watch. Might be the first one. It is it. I'm talking about extremely high level, and then a potential open net miss is there. But still, that should be the first one, regardless from Caleb. And it is. In the end, a simple goal. But they all count the same. But this has been really fun to watch between these two players. Caleb should be able to get back and gets a touch over the top. Lucifer should be able to make a save. And now Caleb just trying to find some pressure, trying to find a bump, find a demo, which he can't do. And Lucifer will make it a tight game. You score, I score. And we are tied up. That bump means that Caleb will easily win the corner boost. Plays back into the midfield for some time and space. Flip reset into a musty. And it's good from Caleb once again. Really good collection on the flip reset there. And Lucifer was forced to wait. Forced to really guess himself where the shot was going to come through. And Caleb again loves this play. Oh, that's unfortunate. Caleb doesn't connect. Lucifer doesn't connect. But Caleb gets a goal. Great turn by Lucifer to find another one. And I feel like there's score lines we keep seeing. 2-3 is one of them. 3-6 is another one. 3-3 as well. These score lines seem to just repeat themselves every game. Well, 3-3 is not going to repeat itself this game. Caleb does make it 4-2. Lucifer might have had the opportunity just to find a shot there. Instead, didn't take it, went for the slow down play again, and that's what Lucifer's all about. And eventually it leads to a demo where he gets the corner boost, gets the ball, and has a very simple shot, which he easily scores to make 3-4. Now Caleb looking to respond immediately once more. Low boost from both, and Caleb just puts it over the top. Lucifer caught out there, couldn't get back for it. And kickoff should be an opportunity for Lucifer. Oh, hang on a second. I think Caleb might have got the last touch on that one. Certainly all to do with Lucifer being in that position to make him awkward, to force him into a rough spot. Don't get that wrong. But Caleb again is able to just extend that lead in his favor. 4-6. Good save by Lucifer. Well, we know how good Caleb is at just defending these leads. And again, full field play, flip reset. Oh, the placement is perfect, but the save is even better from Lucifer. Can he get back around it? Yes, he can. And I thought for certain Lucifer was going to go up from 6-4 to 7-4, but no, it's 5-6. Great save by Lucifer. Has been incredible on defense. I say that. He has conceded 6 in this game and has scored an own goal. So maybe I'll just take it back a little bit. Maybe is it as good as I was saying, but still has been really good on defense. Has done enough to keep himself close in this series and keep himself close in this game. Great play from Caleb again. And it does feel like anytime Lucifer brings it back within 1, Caleb loves to just go, no, hang on, 2 goal margin again. Thank you very much. It does feel as though Caleb will go on to series point after this game. Lucifer, I'm sure, will still have some tricks up his sleeve. But Caleb has been so good when it comes to offense. And he just does it again. The flip into the flip reset. The shot is good. Lucifer can't get up to it. And Caleb with a nice scoreline. Should be able to do enough just to end the game here. Flick over the top. Lucifer will be denied. Caleb might be able to make it a 10-goal game for himself. Can't get around it. So has to track back. Lucifer does well to get around it. Does make it 7-9. They're racing against each other to get back. But I do feel like 11 seconds is probably too steep of a hill to climb for Lucifer. And Caleb, well, that touch should all but confirm game 4 going the way of Caleb. And is on the verge of 4-1-ing in the series. Has been looking really solid throughout the game so far. Has put in a good effort. Lucifer, I feel like has done enough to sort of show that he is there. He is around the level, just not quite at the level of Caleb at this stage. Of course, still plenty of time in the series if he can get a couple of wins on the board. But regardless, Caleb has just looked so good. Defensively, Lucifer looks amazing. But he's really struggled on occasions to get the simple stuff away. He makes some crazy, triple, quadruple saves. But then it comes down to an awkward position where he has to make a simple save or a simple play to get back, and he can't do it. And Caleb is able to make do with it. And on that side as well, Caleb has been very good defensively himself. Does make it difficult when your opponent is so good on both offense and on defense. But this is what many consider the best in OCE in terms of 1v1s. At least the best OCE 1v1 player currently. Caleb may have faltered against Raziz earlier on in a Ground Zeroes show match. But when you talk about OCE players, Caleb is right up there. And Caleb again loves the full field plays and will score that one. He scored, I'd probably say 4 or 5 now. Maybe even more. He is so comfortable going for those plays. So comfortable making them work. But Lucifer will at least get one back. Has to keep this one close, or at least extend his lead a little bit. Lucifer would love to be able to turn this around, get a lead for himself. But a 4-1 game as things stand. Well, that's exactly what I predicted. But I would like to see Lucifer prove us wrong, or at least prove me wrong. That's going to be a second goal from Lucifer. Relatively open net. And a 2-3 scoreline is once again where we find ourselves. Caleb, flip reset, finds another, takes it low, doesn't use it. And so Lucifer can get a save, but has to give away possession. And a flip reset goes underneath Caleb. Well, hits the post and just drops back into Caleb's lap where he's able to put it away. Lucifer gonna have to find a little bit more. Gonna have to find more in the back pocket. Gonna have to pull something out. That's a great save, but he won't be able to make the second. And Caleb does just extend that score line again. 3 minutes 30 remaining. And Caleb wants to make it 6-2. Grabs the corner boost. Grabs a demo. And, well, that will secure the 6th. We haven't seen the 3-3 scoreline in this game, but we might be able to see a 6-3 game, potentially. As we've done so on multiple occasions now, if Lucifer can score next. Good shot. Caleb will get around it. And again, from the sidewall, looks to build something with a lot of creativity. Is saved and should be an easy counter-attack by Lucifer. But Caleb, what a bump! Fantastic bump from Caleb. Just gets a piece of him. And says, yeah, nah. You can't get the counter-attack. Doesn't really mean too much, though, in the end. As Lucifer does make it 3-6 eventually. Just that counter-attack. Caleb did enough to get a touch. And now, well, Lucifer, we're going to have to see more from you from this point. And he scored 2 in a row now. 4-6. A much more flattering scoreline. And 6-2. That's a good kickoff from Lucifer. Caleb bumps him and bumps him once more. Lucifer gets a bit of his... Well, gives Caleb a bit of his own medicine, rather. Now Caleb doing well with low boost. Just puts on an early shot that Lucifer can defend. And wants to get around. Tries to get the demo. Does get the demo. Caleb made it awkward for himself by driving into the line of Lucifer. And Lucifer says, thank you very much. The game is still on here. That's a good touch by Lucifer, by Caleb, rather. Denying a play away. That's going to be off target. Caleb will grab one corner. Lucifer will grab the other. Good control again from Lucifer. Won't be able to find the demo. Will take the corner boost, but Caleb doesn't need the corner boost because he still has 100 regardless. And sets up for the full field once more. Gets the flip reset, goes low, good save by Lucifer. Now's the opportunity he's been waiting for. But Caleb has already gained half a tank. Can he get the save? Yes, he can. But has to go once more. Lucifer looks at the bump, can't find it. Caleb avoids and grabs the corner boost. And he looks to counterattack. Flip reset. Used it to get down to the ground quick. And now goes over the top. Lucifer gets the save. And takes on an early shot himself. He gets demoed. And Caleb has plenty of time to think about what happens next. Wants to find the sidewall. Lucifer finds the demo. 1 minute remaining. And it is starting to heat up a little bit. Lucifer with the 45 flick. Caleb will make an easy enough save. Looks to go again. Turned by Lucifer's good. But that bounce doesn't do any favors for Caleb. And he just pinches it into his own goal. This is so unfortunate from Caleb. But Lucifer, I thought Caleb was going to get it away. I thought he was going to get back and clear it, but he couldn't do that. So Lucifer is tied up. And he might score. the one to take the lead, and he does. 7-6, and this series might just continue. But Caleb looks to end it in Game 5. That kickoff is favorable for Caleb. He grabs a couple of pads. That flick isn't too good. But he just tests out the defense. That bounce doesn't do Caleb any favors once more. And he has to retreat. Has to avoid the demo. And he's done well. Once more, can he do it? Full length of the field. Flip reset. Drops down to the ground. Can't get back to it. 10 seconds. Caleb has full boost. Lucifer has nothing. Lucifer really wants to take another game here, but Caleb might give himself one last opportunity at 0 seconds. From one end to the other, as he's done on so many occasions, he can't get back to it. And Lucifer does take Game 5, and the series continues. Well, we could be seeing a potential Game 7. But Caleb will definitely have other ideas about it. What can Lucifer provide in Game 6? What can Caleb deliver? It has been a well-fought battle that Caleb takes the first strike in of Game 6. We've seen a Game 5 in a best of 5. We're yet to see a Game 7 in best of 7s on the show matches. And Caleb is trying to ensure that we don't see a Game 7 once again. But Lucifer has had to fight back from difficult situations. The situations just happen to keep on getting more and more difficult. A shot on from Caleb. Lucifer will play it into the corner and looks to get the flick over the top. Good play from Caleb once more. Just to delay it a little bit. That bounce is not doing any favors to Caleb. He had to get around it. Now Lucifer. That's a good demo. And should be able to find the goal. And that's going to be his first of the game. To make it 3-1. Tries to get the flick over the top. Caleb does well and should be able to... Well, I was going to say should be able to get that on target, but he can't. And he gets demoed. Now Lucifer just fakes it to make it 2-3. And again, it's that same scoreline. I feel like we've seen it in every game so far tonight. It always seems to be a 2-3 game. Can Lucifer make it a 3-3? He might just do that. And he will do that. Well, this series just wants to keep going. We could be seeing the first best of 7, Game 7, on my Showmatch streams. If Lucifer can get another game win here. Caleb, that shot's wide, I think. Hits the post, goes out. Lucifer does well to gather the corner boost. Wants to take it low. Big dive from Caleb. Works out in his favor. Now to the ceiling. Flip reset. Oh, that would have been fantastic. But it does leave the net wide open for Lucifer to make it 4-3. And Lucifer has a lead. Caleb will be able to instantly tie us up. I was going to say, it's so rare that we actually see Caleb behind until right at the end of a game. He seems to control it right until the final minute or so. Lucifer trying to get back around. Won't be able to get there. Caleb into his own corner. Both have lots of boost in the tank. That dive from Lucifer isn't what I would have thought he'd do. And Caleb just makes it interesting. Doesn't outright go for the shot. Makes Lucifer think a little about what he's going to do. But in the end, he does exactly what I feel like everyone was expecting him to do, which is score the goal. But it feels like me... Oh. What? What has just happened there? Lucifer just misread. I was going to say, it feels like Lucifer's gone back into that habit of maybe not really playing how he plays, more so playing against the opponent that's in front of him. It feels like that could certainly be the case here. When Lucifer plays his way, he's kept these games close. He's put up a real good show. But when he dives around on occasion, it leaves him in an awkward position. That's going to hit the post and go out. Caleb, big flick. Gets some height behind it. Now takes an early shot. Lucifer got a piece. It's not going to do enough in the end, and Caleb will find an 8th. Oh, that's such an unfavorable touch from Lucifer. Caleb did well. Minute 47, 4 goals in it. Can Lucifer provide a miracle to take us to a Game 7? That kickoff and that boost grab is going to probably say no. And Caleb just wants the series done in 6. 9-4. We're going to have to see a monumental effort from Lucifer. Caleb, though, he might just be able to make it 10, and he does. Caleb shows no mercy. No sign of hesitation to make it 10. Lucifer has done well in this series. He's done well to take a couple of games off Caleb, but, well, it seems as though it might have just run out. However, another opportunity. Good turn. Great shot. Good goal from Lucifer. But it is still a monumental effort. 5 goals in 70 seconds. 71 seconds if you really want to break it down. That kickoff is a good way to maybe start it off. Flip reset. Doesn't use it early. Goes low with it and makes it 6-10. Hold on a second. There might be a slight chance. And the kickoffs just start to go in Lucifer's favor. And that's a good touch around him. Should be able to get back for the shot. What a save from Caleb. And I feel like that should secure it now. Lucifer will keep knocking on the door. But Caleb is so well composed in these moments. And he goes for another to make it 11. Second time we've seen Caleb hit 11 goals in one game in these show matches. He did it against Gus and he's done it against Lucifer. And I feel like 30 seconds will probably mean that we cannot see Lucifer come back into this one. 6 goals in 23 seconds. Well, that is just way too big of a task now. Lucifer's put up a good fight. He's shown he's capable against some of the best in OCE now. If he can take games off Caleb, he can take games off anyone, really. But Caleb shows why he is seen as one of, if not the best, 1v1 players in the region. And he does end up in the series 4-2. Gets over the line. Took a little while to get started. Took a little while to find... took a little while to get into it. Took a little while for Caleb's internet to work out. Guys, not Gus. He didn't play. Anyway. Yeah, that it was, look, a very good series from Lucifer. I feel like it does show that he is able to make that step up into some high-level 1v1s in the region. And, I mean, just that being said, though, Caleb is so good, isn't he? That felt like probably, and I feel like obviously because Caleb played, I do feel like that series, to me, is probably the best series we've seen from at least both players. Yes, it didn't go to a Game 7, but it did feel like a very, very, very solid game, very solid series between these two players, and hopefully we can see more like it. Hopefully we can see that level sort of progress from the rest of the scene. I have contacted a few other potential players to join on in for the show matches, and I think there might